What's up everybody, welcome back. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. In this short but powerful video, I want to share with you a couple of tips in order to get smooth video without a gimbal at all. I'm actually using my iPhone 11 Pro Max, grabbing it with just my left hand. I am not using any stabilizers, and these tips are going to help you achieve smoother videos on situations where you might not be able to bring a stabilizer like the DJI Osmo Mobile 3 for example. It is hot in Joshua Tree. Tip number one is going to be shoot with the ultra wide lens as much as possible. If you have an iPhone 11 or 11 Pro Max or pretty much any smartphone that has the ultra wide lens, use that, because the wider your field of view is, the smoother it's going to look without you having to do anything to the footage. That's definitely going to be one of the major things. Of course, if you have good lighting, that's an ideal situation. If you don't, you do have the option to leverage wide lenses and accessories, but if you do have an ultra wide lens, use it, because by default, that's going to make your footage look completely different in terms of stability. Here are some examples of the iPhone 11 Pro Max, so you can kind of see the difference in terms of just recording single-handedly or implementing my tip number two, which is ninja walking. Now real quick, before we proceed and I continue to sweat in the Joshua Tree Desert, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. I've actually talked about ninja walking a lot in the channel, but long story short, it's just making sure you're bending your knees and putting one foot in front of the other as you're walking, kind of like marching band style. And we call it ninja walking because you want to be smooth and virtually undetected in terms of your footage. So very, very powerful. You don't have to look weird doing it. You can actually implement ninja walking very, very easily just by simply making sure you're putting one foot in front of the other, and of course bending your knees a little bit. Tip number three is going to be image stabilization in your favorite software. Do not be afraid to use warp stabilization or image stabilization digitally inside Final Cut, Premiere, or even iMovie. Now be very careful when you're using image stabilization on iMovie or Final Cut, because it's really easy to assume the mindset that I'm going to fix it in post. I feel that those options as far as image stabilization are fantastic when you just need that little extra, but at times it could actually just warp your entire footage and give you that YouTube stabilization look, which doesn't look very, very good. Ooh, I had to find a shade because the sun is hitting hard, but I want to know what you think. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you have any questions or suggestions, drop them down there so we can continue to create relevant content for you. Once again, thank you so much for sharing your time with me. I'll catch you on the next one.